The 7 levels of strength in Marvel explained. Level 1. The peak human limits. Kingpin, Wilson Fisk. In a world populated by radioactive monsters and alien gods, Wilson Fisk represents the terrifying absolute of what a human body can achieve without the aid of a super soldier serum or genetic mutation. While often mistaken for a morbidly obese man in a white suit, lore established in Daredevil number 170, 1981, by Frank Miller dictates that Fisk possesses less than 2% body fat. That bulk is not adipose tissue. It is 400 pounds of hyper-compressed muscle density, forged through a lifetime of sumo training and street brawling. Fisk's strength is visceral and disturbing because it operates within the laws of physics but pushes them to their breaking point. He does not punch through walls like the Hulk. He crushes human skulls like grapes with his bare hands. In the Born Again arc, we witness Fisk training against multiple martial arts masters simultaneously, dismantling them, with a speed and power that defies his size. He has physically overpowered Spider-Man on several occasions, not by being stronger, but by using his mass to bear hug. The wall crawler, crushing Peter Parker's ribcage before the hero could leverage his agility. Fisk proves that in the criminal underworld, mass moves mass, and when he hits you, it feels like being struck by a luxury sedan moving at 60 miles per hour. The Kingpin's strength is often displayed in acts of rage that terrify his subordinates more than any supervillain weapon. He has ripped heavy oak boardroom tables in half, hurled men across rooms through plate glass windows, and decapitated lieutenants with a single car door slam. In Spider-Man, Back in Black, when Peter Parker confronts him in prison, Fisk demonstrates that he can take a beating from a superhuman and keep standing, absorbing kinetic energy into his massive frame. His strength is a symbol of his willpower. He built himself into a mountain of a man so that no one could ever look down on him again. Wilson Fisk is the gatekeeper of level 1 because he is the ceiling of the natural world. He is the maximum violence a human can inflict with just bone and muscle. A man who rules New York not just with his money, but with the threat that he can squeeze the life out of Daredevil with one hand while signing a check with the other. Captain America, Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers is the gold standard, the benchmark against which all other heroes in the Marvel Universe are measured. The super soldier serum created by Dr. Abraham Erskine did not make him a god. It made him the perfect human. Defined in the official handbook of the Marvel Universe and showcased in Ed Brubaker's seminal Captain America run, Steve Rogers represents the absolute zenith of human evolutionary potential. He can bench press 100 pounds as a warm-up and run a mile in just over a minute. While this pales in comparison to the Hulk, Cap's strength is functional combat strength. He can throw his vibranium shield with enough force to slice through the turret of a tank or decapitate a robot, calculating the geometry of the ricochet with a tactical mind that processes information faster than a computer. His strength is tireless. His body eliminates fatigue toxins instantly, meaning he can fight at maximum exertion for hours without dropping a beat. One of the most defining displays of his strength occurred in Captain America number 300, where he battled an army of supervillains to a standstill. But perhaps the most level 1 feat is his ability to hold back a helicopter from taking off, a feat immortalized in the MCU but drawn from decades of comic lore where Steve holds collapsing debris to save civilians. He utilizes leverage and torque to flip opponents 10 times his size, such as the Hulk or Thanos, briefly, using their own momentum against them. Steve Rogers doesn't just have muscles, he has perfect kinetic chains. Every punch he throws utilizes 100% of his body mass, generating force that allows him to stagger beings like Namor or Iron Man. He is the peak human because he exists exactly on the line between man and Superman, proving that the perfect application of 800 pounds of force is often deadlier than a sloppy punch from a god. Kraven, the Hunter. Sergei Kravinoff is a man obsessed with the hunt, and he cheated nature to ensure he would always be the apex predator. Making his debut in The Amazing Spider-Man number 15, 1964, Kraven consumes a mystical herbal potion from the jungles of Africa that retards his aging and enhances his strength to the very limit of human potential, and perhaps slightly beyond. He is capable of pressing 2 tons, allowing him to wrestle gorillas, rhinos, and lions into submission with his bare hands. In the legendary arc Kraven's Last Hunt by J.M. DeMatteis and Mike Zeck, we see the terrifying application of this strength. Kraven doesn't just want to kill Spider-Man, he wants to be him. He captures Peter Parker, buries him alive, and then dons the spider suit to brutalize criminals with a ferocity Peter never used. Kraven's strength is primal. He possesses the ability to stop the heart of a charging bull with a single punch between the eyes. His durability matches his offensive output. Kraven can fall from stories up and land on his feet, absorb punches from Spider-Man without flinching, and sprint at speeds reaching 60 miles per hour to catch prey. Unlike Captain America, whose strength is disciplined, Kraven's strength is manic and drug-fueled. He represents the cheater of level 1, the man who used alchemy to push his body past the safety regulator. In the Grim Hunt, a resurrected Kraven possesses even greater strength, tied to his immortality curse, allowing him to fight Kane, the Scarlet Spider, to a standstill. Kraven is the reminder that in the Marvel Universe, a man with a spear and a potion can still hunt the most dangerous game, provided he has the muscle to break their spine when he catches them. Level 2, the structural threats. Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Peter Parker is often classified as a street-level hero, but his strength places him firmly in the structural threat category. The proportional strength of a spider is a massive understatement. Peter can lift approximately 10 to 20 tons when calm and nearly double that when under extreme duress. The definitive moment of this level is found in The Amazing Spider-Man number 33, 1966, the If This Be My Destiny Bolos arc by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. Trapped beneath a massive steel machinery complex in an underwater base with water rising and his Aunt May's life on the line, Peter performs a miracle of biomechanics. He lifts a weight that should have crushed him into paste, screaming through the pain as his muscles tear and his bones groan. This isn't just lifting a car, this is lifting the structural integrity of a building. It established that Spidey's strength is directly tied to his willpower. The hysterical strength phenomenon is his default setting. In modern comics, this strength has only scaled up. In Civil War, Peter brutally beats the Kingpin within an inch of his life, slapping the skin off Fisk's face and demonstrating that he could decapitate him with the flick of his wrist if he had no morals. He has staggered the Hulk, knocked out a T-Rex with one punch, and supported the landing gear of a private jet in Civil War II. Peter constantly pulls his punches. If he hit a normal human with full force, they would explode. His strength allows him to catch a car thrown by Venom or stop a subway train from derailing, a feat popularized by the movies but rooted in the comics. Spider-Man is the gatekeeper of level 2 because he is the strongest agile character in the universe, possessing the power to tear a tank turret off its hinges while cracking a joke. Luke Cage, Power Man. Carl Lucas, the man with the unbreakable skin, is the definition of a brick. Created during the blaxploitation era in Luke Cage, Hero for Hire number 1, 1972, his power set was originally rated at lifting 3 tons, but has since evolved to the 50-ton range. Luke Cage's strength is unique because it is supported by his invulnerability. His skin is harder than titanium and as durable as adamantium, meaning his body can withstand the equal and opposite reaction of his own punches. In New Avengers, Luke is the heavy hitter of the team, capable of trading blows with the Wrecker, throwing bulldozers and carrying a semi-truck on his back. His muscle tissue and bone density are enhanced to support this weight, making him a walking tank who doesn't need to dodge. The structural threat classification is literal for Cage. He can walk through reinforced concrete walls as if they were wet paper. In the Age of Ultron timeline, he survived a nuclear detonation. Briefly, his strength is street level but scaled up. He is the guy you call when you need to knock a building down, without explosives. During his tenure as leader of the Thunderbolts and the Avengers, Luke proved he could stand toe-to-toe with Namor on land and hold his own against Proxima Midnight. He represents the sheer, blunt force of the Marvel Universe. There is no technique, no martial arts, just the raw power of a man who cannot be broken, hitting you with a fist that feels like an anvil dropped from a skyscraper. Venom, Eddie Brock. When the alien symbiote bonded with Eddie Brock, it brought all the genetic memory and strength it had absorbed from Spider-Man and amplified it. Venom is significantly stronger than Spider-Man, capable of lifting upwards of 70 to 80 tons depending on his rage and the symbiote's biomass. Introduced in The Amazing Spider-Man number 300, 1988, Venom was terrifying because he completely outclassed Peter Parker in a grapple. If Spider-Man is a middleweight boxer, Venom is a sumo wrestler on steroids. The symbiote adds external muscle mass, acting as a hydraulic suit that enhances Eddie's natural bodybuilder physique. Venom can catch Spider-Man's punches without flinching and throw cars like baseballs. In the Venom run by Donny Cates, this strength was retconned and expanded to cosmic levels. But even in his classic iteration, Venom is a structural nightmare. He can tear open bank vaults, rip the wings off airplanes, and hold up collapsing bridges with tendrils of sheer biomass. The symbiote can also morph its mass to increase leverage, creating giant fists or shields. Venom's strength is predatory. He overwhelms opponents with weight and ferocity. He has fought the Juggernaut and the Hulk, surviving solely because the symbiote holds his body together. Venom represents the chaotic upper limit of level 2, a monster who is strong enough to eat your brain and tear your car in half, all while screaming about "we." Level 3. The Mountain Movers. The Thing, Ben Grimm. Ben Grimm is the heart of the Fantastic Four, and his strength is legendary not for its upper limit, but for its durability. The Thing is a Class 100 character, capable of lifting over 100 tons, but his true feats go far beyond that number. In Marvel 2-in-1 Annual Number 7, 1982, Ben Grimm fights the champion of the universe in a boxing match. Despite being outclassed in speed and skill, Ben refuses to stay down, eventually forcing the champion to forfeit because he realized he could break Ben's body, but never his will. Ben's rocky hide makes him nearly indestructible, allowing him to trade blows with the Hulk for days. He has supported the weight of a 30,000-ton hydraulic press to save his friends and once lifted the entire Louvre Museum in Paris to access an underground crypt. The Thing's strength is tectonic. When he hits the ground, the street shatters. He has punched out Black Bolt, knocked down Galactus with help, and wrestled huge monsters from the microverse to the negative zone. Unlike the Hulk, whose strength scales with rage, Ben's strength is static but reliable. He is the immovable object. In the Fantastic Four run by Jonathan Hickman, Ben takes a potion that allows him to turn human for 1 week a year, making his sacrifice to remain a monster the rest of the time even more poignant. He is the blue-collar god, the man who can lift a mountain but just wants to watch the game on TV. Ben Grimm proves that you don't need to be a god to move the world. You just need grit and a rocky right hook. Colossus, Pyotr Rasputin. Pyotr Rasputin is the physical powerhouse of the X-Men, a mutant with the ability to transmute his entire cellular structure into organic osmium steel. In this armored form, Colossus is virtually indestructible and possesses strength that rivals the Thing. First appearing in giant-size X-Men number 1, 1975, Pyotr's defining moment of strength came during the Mutant Massacre when he snapped the neck of the Marauder Riptide to save Nightcrawler, a moment of cold brutality that haunted the gentle artist for years. Colossus can stop a charging freight train with his shoulder, hold up collapsing bunkers, and throw Wolverine, the fastball special, at speeds approaching Mach 1. Colossus represents the wall of level 3. His strength is defensive. He is the shield that protects the fragile telepaths and blasters of the X-Men. During the Fear Itself event, he became the avatar of Sidorak, the Juggernaut, boosting his strength to level 6, but his base form remains a level 3 icon. He has fought World War Hulk, and lost but survived, traded blows with Gladiator and wrestled with Nimrod Sentinel. His organic steel does not tire, meaning he can exert maximum force for days. He is the silent guardian of the mutant race, a man who can turn his skin into the strongest metal on Earth to ensure that nothing hurts his family. Level 4, the Gods of War, Thor Odinson. With Thor, we leave the realm of biology and enter the realm of theology. Thor is not just an alien, he is a god born of Odin and Gaia, the elder goddess of Earth, giving him a physiological pedigree that surpasses even other Asgardians. His strength is incalculable. In the legendary Thor number 380 by Walt Simonson, Thor battles the Midgard serpent, Jormungand. The serpent is wrapped around the Earth, its weight equivalent to the planet itself. In a feat of mythic grandeur, Thor effectively leg presses the weight of the terrestrial world to break the serpent's grip. This is not lifting a building, this is lifting a planet. Thor has shattered moons with the shockwaves of his blows and destroyed mountains just by gripping Mjolnir too tight. Thor's strength is often augmented by his belt of strength, Megingjord, which doubles his already infinite power. He has towed the world engine, dented Captain America's shield when possessed by the Odin Force, and cracked the armor of Celestial. Unlike the Hulk, Thor's strength is disciplined by thousands of years of combat. He knows how to apply God Force to a single point. In the God Butcher arc, a young Thor hits Gore so hard he creates a black hole, and old King Thor hits Galactus so hard he vomits up the energy of consumed world. Thor is the gatekeeper of level 4 because he is the strongest hero who acts as a superhero, a being who walks among men but strikes with the force of a collapsing star. Wonder Man, Simon Williams. Often overlooked in favor of the gods, Simon Williams is a powerhouse who deserves his spot on level 4. Transformed by Baron Zemo's Ionic ray, Wonder Man is composed of living Ionic energy. This physiology grants him strength that rivals Thor and Sentry. In classic Avengers tales, Simon is the only member who can physically restrain Thor when the Thunder God goes berserk. He has punched Ultron into scrap metal and gone toe-to-toe with Count Nefaria. His strength is class 100+, but because he is energy-based, he doesn't suffer from muscle fatigue. He can exert his maximum force indefinitely. In Avengers, The Children's Crusade, Simon single-handedly takes on the Avengers, dismantling the team with casual ease to prove a point about pacifism. His skin is nearly impervious to damage and his punches glow with ionic discharge. Simon represents the science god of level 4. a man made into a deity by a lab experiment. He is the sleeper hit of the strength charts, a pacifist who hates violence specifically because he knows that if he hits someone for real, they will turn into a red mist. Level 5. The Planet Breaker. The Sentry, Robert Reynolds. Robert Reynolds possesses the power of 1 million exploding suns, a poetic description for a terrifying reality. The Sentry is Marvel's answer to the Superman archetype, but broken by mental illness. His strength is reality warping in nature. In Siege No. 2, 2010, the Sentry engages Ares, the god of war. In a panel that shocked the industry, Sentry catches Ares' axe and rips the god in half vertically, like tearing a piece of peace. Wet paper. This wasn't a fight, it was an execution. Sentry has stopped the axe of Terrax the Temer, a herald of Galactus, with one hand and fought World War Hulk to a standstill, expending so much energy that both reverted to their human forms. The Sentry's strength is tied to his agoraphobia and schizophrenia. When he is stable, he is the golden guardian of good who can lift cruise ships. When he loses control to the Void, he becomes a cosmic threat capable of breaking every bone in the Hulk's body. He represents the unstable nuclear reactor of level 5. He can do anything, resurrect himself, fly into the sun, move mountains, but he is a danger to everyone around him because his strength is dictated by his fragile psyche. Gladiator Kalark. The Praetor of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard is a walking homage to the Superboy Legion archetype, but with a unique twist. His strength is psionic. Gladiator's power level is directly tied to his confidence. If he believes he can lift it, he lifts it. If he doubts, he fails. At his peak, Gladiator is a planet killer. In Fantastic Four No. 249, he destroys a planet with a single punch. He has flown through stars, destroyed Shi'ar war stars with his bare hands, and knocked the thing across a continent. His reaction time is measured in nanoseconds, and his durability allows him to survive supernova. Gladiator represents the psychological aspect of strength. He is technically invincible, but a moment of hesitation can make him vulnerable. In War of Kings, he leads the assault against the Inhumans and fights Black Bolt, surviving the Inhuman King's scream. He is the enforcer of the galaxy, a man who acts with absolute certainty because he knows that doubt is his only kryptonite. When Kalark is in the zone, he is the strongest being in the room, capable of shattering the crust of a world just to make a point. Level 6. The Cosmic Conquerors. Thanos. Thanos, the Mad Titan, is the being who sits in the chair and watches the universe burn. Born a deviant eternal on Titan, his physiology is unique, enhanced by bionic amplification and the dark arts of death. Even without the Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos is a level 6 powerhouse. In the Infinity event, he fights Black Bolt and survives a point-blank scream that detonated a Terrigen bomb. He has slapped the Hulk away like an annoying insect and beaten the Silver Surfer to within an inch of his life with his bare fist. In Thanos No. 13, he fights King Thanos, his future self, and their battle shatters the planet they stand on, forcing them to fight in the debris field. Thanos represents invincibility. He is not just strong, he is durable beyond comprehension. He has withstood blasts from Odin and Galactus, though he dominates physically because he is smarter and more ruthless than his opponents. He doesn't just punch, he dissects. He is the Cosmic Conqueror because he views level 5 beings like the Hulk or Thor as children throwing tantrums. Thanos doesn't need to rage to be strong. He conquers worlds with a calm, cold backhand, smiling as the Avengers break their hands on his chin. Juggernaut. Cain Marko Trion. Cain Marko is not a mutant. He is the avatar of the demon lord Sidorak. Powered by the Crimson Gem, the Juggernaut possesses infinite momentum. Once he starts moving, he cannot be stopped by any physical force in the universe. While his base level is impressive, the Trion Juggernaut seen in X-Men No. 88 represents his peak. In this form, Cain grew to the size of a celestial and punched a hole through the fabric of reality itself. He could shatter dimensional barriers with his fists. Even in his standard form, he has walked through the Hulk's strongest attacks and reduced the X-Mansion to rubble by simply walking through it. The Juggernaut's strength is magical. He doesn't tire, he doesn't need to breathe, and his force field protects him from molecular disintegration. In the World War Hulk storyline, the Juggernaut was one of the few beings who could physically match the Hulk's strength, only losing because Hulk outsmarted him by using momentum redirection. Cain Marko represents the unstoppable force. He is a rolling mountain of mystical crimson armor that turns physics into a suggestion. If he wants to go somewhere, he goes, and if a mountain is in his way, the mountain moves. Mangog. Mangog is the manifestation of the hatred of a billion beings, an entire race slaughtered by Odin, whose collective rage coalesced into a singular monster. Mangog is the ultimate threat to Asgard. He possesses the strength of a billion souls. In Jason Aaron's The Mighty Thor No. 703, Mangog invades Asgardia. He rips the War Thor's arm off, beats Jane Foster, Thor, to a pulp, and shatters the Bifrost Bridge. But his most terrifying feat is grabbing Odin's sword, the Odinzord, a weapon capable of ending the universe, and snapping it in half like a twig. Mangog cannot be reasoned with. He is living hate. His strength is anti-divine. He feeds on the fear and anger of the gods. He dismantled the destroyer armor, which was built to fight celestials, as if it were a toy. Mangog represents the strength of karma. He is the sins of the father coming back to destroy the son. He is a level 6 threat, because he is the physical embodiment of a genocide, a creature so strong that he makes gods look mortal. Level 7, the infinite strength, Chaos War, Hercules. At the climax of the Chaos War event, 2010, Hercules ascended beyond the Greek pantheon. After the Chaos King Amatsu Mikaboshi destroyed 98% of the multiverse, Hercules was gifted the power of the All-Father. Multiplied by the desperation of the cosmos, he became the god of gods. In this form, Hercules grew to a size larger than galaxies. He fought the Chaos King in a battle where they threw planets and stars at each other. This was not physical strength as we understand it. It was conceptual strength. When Hercules won, he used his infinite strength to perform the ultimate feat. He expended all his divine energy to rebuild the multiverse. He literally pulled reality back together with his bare hands, resurrecting galaxies and dimensions that had been erased. Hercules represents the absolute zenith of the strongman archetype. He didn't just lift the heavens, he became the heavens. He proved that the power of existence is stronger than the power of nothing. The Immortal Hulk, the one below all. Al Ewing's The Immortal Hulk redefined the character as an avatar of the one below all, the dark reflection of the Marvel Universe's supreme creator. In the distant future at the end of time, Immortal Hulk number 25, the Hulk becomes the Breaker of Worlds, a cosmic entity that has devoured the sentience of the universe. In this form, he is effectively Galactus, but fueled by hate. He destroys planets with a flick of his finger and survives the heat death of the universe. This Hulk is terrifying, because his strength is fueled by the Hell Dimension. He can regenerate from a single molecule in seconds and tear apart the fabric of space-time. He killed Franklin Richards, the most powerful mutant in history, and Galactus. This is strength as entropy. It is the strength of the end. The Immortal Hulk represents the terrifying conclusion of gamma radiation, a force that will outlast the stars and sit alone in the darkness it created. From the street-level bone-breaking of the Kingpin to the multiverse-restoring might of Hercules, strength in the Marvel Universe is a ladder that goes up forever. If you want to keep lifting the heavy lore of the Omniverse, make sure to subscribe and smash that bell like the Hulk smashes a tank. Stay strong.